What's up, you guys? It's Apex back on the charts. Welcome to Apex Forex School. So today for our second video, I'm gonna go ahead and go over some charts for this new week. Possible signals that I will send out to my team. Like I said, these signals are the best and most reliable, affordable signals that you're gonna come across. And as well as an Apex Forex course, like I said, if you're interested, go ahead and DM me on my Instagram. I'll leave that in the description. I'll leave the prices of everything. But let's go ahead and get started. So here we have AUD NZD. This one I did already send it out as a signal, so we're gonna go ahead and go over it. So here we are on the daily, right? And what we have here is, we have our impulse, our pullback, and I'm expecting another impulse. Now this trend line right here, we have built a wedge, right? A downward wedge, which indicates, soon to be bullish momentum. Once it explodes and breaks out, that's when it'll do the impulse. And it is on the daily time frame, right? The higher the time frame, the stronger the trend. Now, when I draw my fibs from the low to the high, we are at the bottom of the wedge as well at the 618, as you can see, right? And I mean, this is a daily. The stochastic, like I said, is really the only indicator I use. We are basically almost at the oversold area. This is the 4 hour, and on the 4 hour, once we zoom in, so here's our wedge, right? And then right here we have a wedge within a wedge, basically, right? So once it breaks this wedge, that's most likely once it's gonna try to hit the top of the wedge. And then once it breaks this, I would expect for it to break out, do a retest, and then shoot up, right? And I have this going all the way to the -27, right? Obviously, we'll have some targets below that. Obviously, this is not our only target that we would want, and I would update this on my Telegram channel. But we are risking about 48 pips for a potential 401 pips, which is a risk to reward of 8.36. So like I said, I already went ahead and I sent this one out. So we are currently in on that one. We are also currently in on Euro CHF. This one I did send on Friday last week, and we held it over the weekend. So right here on this one, so we have an upward flag, which is bearish momentum, right? So since I think it's going down, I draw my fibs from the high to the low. We have the 618 right here, right, which is also intersecting with the top of the flag. So what I'm thinking is, and right now we are in profit, right? We're in profit about 40 pips from this entry that I gave here on Friday. I'm expecting it to hit the 618, and then as I put the red arrows, the 618, and then down at least to a -27. So once it reaches that, I'll send a sell signal to my members of Apex Forex Signals to sell it. All right, so on that one, we already starting off the week off well with about 40 pips profit, and we're having a pretty good 4-hour candle here. All right, so that's that, and then we are also in on GBPUSD at the moment. So we have our bottom support. I did go over this one on the first video. I'm just gonna go over it again since we are currently in it. We are in profit at the moment. We entered at 66,050, and let's say it's at 66,400. That's about 35 pips in profit. Let me see here just to make sure. Yep, about 35 pips in profit. So 35 there, 40 on Euro CHF. The week barely started. Today's the first day. We're already up about 70 pips, so we're off to a good start. Let's see here, GBPUSD. This is a potential signal that I am looking at. So what I am looking at here is, so we are on the 4 hour. This red line is some support, right? And I expect it to go down to the 618 and then up, right? The reason why I expect that is, so this support right here, right? We had a wick here, and then we had a little bit of consolidation right there. Now from this low to this high, the 618 lines up perfectly right there, right? So that's a good sign of confluence. Now we also have another pattern. We have the left shoulder. We have the head. And then right here, I would expect the right shoulder, right? So that's the reason why I expect this one to go down to 618 and then, you know, possibly to the -27, or it could go to the -618. But I mean, we're still expecting about a 90 pip drop before we get in. We're going to be patient, wait for that one. Once it gets there, I'll send out the buy signal. We have EURUSD. This is another pair I'm looking at. So on this one, you know, we have this zone right here. It hit the zone, it reacted, it went down. Last week we hit it again, and then right away reacted, it's going down. So what I'm expecting here is, so we have this trend, right? We have our first touch, our second touch. Like I mentioned before, third touch is always going to be the strongest touch. So what I'm expecting is from this low to this high, go down either to the 618 or to the 71. Right, hit the trend, be the third touch, and then from there I would expect that next leg to the upside. Right, so that's what I would expect here. And the 618, if you can see, look to the left, we go to the left, is one of the highs, right? So it's a good target, the -618, and this is what it looks like on the daily. Right, we have our touch, expecting the third touch, going to the upside. Right, obviously we'll have like a first target around right here, just in case it does like a double top, and then we have our second target, third target. So that's what I'm expecting on that. And then if we look at the DXY, which is the pair that indicates what the dollar does, right? All the pairs with the USD in them. So we have our trend line up here, first touch, second touch. We could expect, you know, a third touch. And if this does go up, that means all the secondary USD pairs like GBPUSD and EURUSD, if this goes up, those two pairs go down, which right now that's what we wanted to do, right? Because we're waiting for a buy limit. We wanted to go down a few pips, that way we buy in, and you know, hopefully it explodes up. So once this goes up, let's say if it does go to a trend line, that's when we would want it to go down, because if the index goes down, then that means EURUSD and GBPUSD go up, right? And like I said, that's what we want on them first. We want it to go down and then up. And the same thing with EURUSD. We want it to go down and then go up. So it's a good confluence with the index dollar right now. That is pretty much it. A lot of the market, a lot of the pairs did have a gap on them. See, it look like USD JPY, AUD CHF, AUD JPY. A lot of pairs in the market had a gap, and I really don't like it when the market gaps, because it really kind of, you know, you have to wait for gaps to close and that. Now those are just the ones I'm looking at right now. We are currently in a few pairs. I'm waiting on some to do the move before we get in. Like I said, I'll update my team, and yeah, like I said, guys, if you guys are interested in my course or my signals, hit me up right now. I am currently hosting a free trial for my signals. I've been already hosting for about 2 weeks. It's most likely going to end that free trial around mid-July, the second week of July. The paid members again. I host a free trial, you know, once every 2-3 months, you know, to go ahead and help out other people I want to done, you know, up to them if you want to join, you know, premium channel with the winning team. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see what I do in the next video. Hit the like and drop some comments in the comment section. Give me some feedback, give me some ideas of what you guys would like to see. Like I said, only to a certain extent. That is why I do have my Forex scores. But yes, that's pretty much it, you guys. That's it for today. Let's go ahead and kill markets, catch these pips, and I'll see you guys next time.